Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that's really shaking up the world of corporate law. It's this new playbook, a totally flexible model that's changing how companies think about their in-house legal teams. And right at the center of it all, a firm called the RSAA GL Group. Let's dive in and see what they're doing differently.
All right, let me ask you something, especially if you're in business. Your legal budget, do you see it as just another fixed cost, something you just have to pay? Or could it actually be a secret weapon, a strategic advantage? That's really the big idea we're digging into here.
And look, this isn't just a theory. The market is already moving this way. A recent McKinsey study found that more than a third, 1 out of every 3 U.S. employers are planning to bring in more high-skill, on-demand talent. So why the big rush? It's all about one thing, being agile.
And this really sums it up, doesn't it? We're seeing this massive shift away from those heavy, fixed costs of having a permanent in-house legal team. Instead, companies are getting smart. They're tapping into expert help exactly when they need it. And just like that, what used to be a rigid, sunk cost becomes the super flexible, strategic tool. Okay, so this isn't just some abstract business school idea. It's a real change, and it's being led by people who've lived and breathed this stuff. So let's meet the guy who's not just seen this happen, but has actually been one of the main architects building this new way of thinking. So where does this all come from? Well, it starts with this number right here, 25 plus. We're talking more than 25 years of hardcore experience. That's the foundation for Rajesh Singh's career. He's a seasoned pro, a general counsel who's been in the trenches with some of the biggest companies out there. For instance, check this out. He was the associate general counsel at Capgemini. I mean, we all know Capgemini. They're a global giant in tech. And he was the one leading the charge on commercial contracts for massive regions like India and the Middle East. That's a huge deal.
And before Capgemini, he was the general counsel for South Asia at 3i Infotech, another big publicly traded IT company. And you know, this wasn't just some back office lawyer job. He was right there in the senior leadership team, advising the board, advising the managing director. Super strategic stuff.
So you get the picture, right? This goes way beyond just stamping legal documents. We're talking about a guy who sat in the C-suite, giving advice directly to boards, CEOs, CFOs, all over the world. His whole thing was figuring out how to help the business grow while making sure the risks were covered. He's a business partner first, who just so happens to be an incredible lawyer.
Okay, so the resume is obviously top-notch, but you know what speaks even louder? What his clients have to say. Let's hear from some of the leaders who've actually worked with him. This is where the rubber really meets the road.
Wow, okay, take a look at this. This is from the CEO of Capgemini, Germany. He calls out two things: 7x24 commitment and strong legal knowledge. I mean, that combination of being always on and being brilliant at what you do, that's exactly what you want when things get serious.
And it's not a one-off. Here's another one from the managing director of Axelia Solutions. He calls Rajesh an astute lawyer with a keen business sense. See that phrase, business sense? That's the secret sauce right there. He gets why the legal work matters to the business. So when you have all this experience and you have clients who absolutely trust you, what do you do next? Well, the logical next step is to build something bigger, a firm that can bring this whole new model to more people. And that's exactly how the RSAA GL Group came to be. So what are they? They call themselves a boutique law firm that provides in-house style legal services. Okay, so what does in-house style actually mean? Well, think about it. It means you get that deep, strategic thinking you'd expect from your own top general counsel, but with the flexibility and efficiency of an outside firm. It really is the best of both worlds.
And everything they do is built on these 7 core values. And look, I know every company has a list of values, but these feel different. They're not just words on a poster. They're the DNA of how they work with clients. Things like commitment, trust, sincerity, and a big one, transparency.
Okay, so that's the philosophy, but how does it actually work in practice? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of their services and the model that makes it all happen.
This part is super interesting. It's their contract-capped retainership model. So forget about those crazy, unpredictable hourly bills from lawyers that just keep climbing. Here, you pay a set monthly fee, and that covers a certain number of contracts. Boom. It's simple, it's predictable, you can finally budget for legal work just like any other business expense. And this slide just lays it all out, the old way versus the new way.
You're moving from those huge fixed salaries to a variable, predictable fee. You're going from a rigid department to support that can scale up or down with you. And, maybe the biggest one of all, you stop just putting out fires and start proactively managing risk before it even becomes a problem.
And don't think this is just for reviewing basic contracts. The scope here is huge. We're talking the whole shebang of corporate law, from M&A and compliance to really complex stuff like global data protection law, IP, even international arbitration. They really can be your all-in-one legal partner. And for any company that operates globally, this is key. Their reach is international. They offer advice in major hubs like India, Singapore, the UAE, the US, and the UK. And they've got hands-on experience dealing with the regulators in all those places, which, is absolutely critical.
So we end up back where we started, but now with a completely different way of looking at it. Instead of seeing your legal department as just a cost, imagine it as a flexible partner that's actively helping you grow while keeping you safe. The real question isn't just, how can I save money on lawyers? It's, how much faster could my business move if I had the right legal partner? Think about that.